Welcome back everyone. This is Shivani Garg, Assistant Professor from Engineering College Bikaner. So let's start today's lecture. In previous lecture, we have solved this example 1 using Gauss-Seidel method and Newton-Raphson method. In this lecture, we will repeat the same problem, but when the reactive power limits for the bus 2 has been changed. As shown in this question, the maximum and minimum reactive power limits for bus 2 are 0.3 and 0 per unit. But in today's example 2, we will see the case when these limits has been changed. So we have changed the limits of reactive power bus 2 is from 0.2 to 0.5. As we have already calculated in previous example, Y bus would be same as all the data is same except the reactive power limit. So we have kept here the same Y bus as we have calculated in previous lecture. Similarly, we have calculated the value of Q2, which comes out to be 0.143104. Till this point, the procedure is same as we have done in previous example. Now we can see that the value of Q2 is 0.143104 per unit, while the limit of Q2 is from 0.2 to 0.5. So this value is violating the limit. It is less than the minimum value of Q2. So from this we can move further, like we will assume the bus 2 as load bus and we fix the value of Q2 as 0.2. But the difference is that in load bus we consider P2 and Q2 as negative values, but in this case, as this bus is originally generator bus only, so we will consider these values as positive only. So again we calculate V21 as normal. In normal load bus we do. So V21 would be equal to 1 by Y22 P2 minus JQ2 by V20 star minus Y21 V1 minus Y23 V30. If we put all these values, Y22 we can take this from Y bus. P2 it was given in the table. Q2 as we have specified here, it would be the minimum limit of Q2, that is 0.2, and Y21 V1 Y23 and V3 are already given. So we can put these values like we do in load bus. So if we solve this, we get V2 would be equal to 1.0342 minus J 0.0289. Similarly, we calculate the value of V2 accelerated as we have given alpha is equal to 1.6. So we put the value V20 plus alpha, V21 minus V20. So if we put all these values, we get the value of V2 accelerated, which is equal to 1.0547 minus J 0.0462. Similarly, we can calculate V3 1 after first iteration, 1 by Y33 into P3 minus JQ3 V30 conjugate minus Y31 V1 into minus Y32 V2 accelerated 1. Now this at this point we will put the updated value of V2, that is V2 accelerated 1. So we put all the values in the formula. We get V31 is equal to 1 by 7.5 minus J 22.45 minus 0.6 plus J 0.25 by 1 minus 1.06 into minus 5 plus J 15 minus 2.5 plus J 7.5 into 1.0547 minus J 0.0462. If we solve this equation, we get V31 is equal to 1.0429 minus J 0.03684. From this we can calculate V3 accelerated, which would be equal to V30 plus alpha V31 minus V30. If we put all these values and solve it further, we get V31 accelerated is equal to 1.0677 minus J 0.0589. So the difference here is that if the value of Q2, we calculate the value of Q2, that is reactive power of generator bus, if it comes out between the limits, we will consider that bus as generator bus only, and we will take the value of V for that bus which is specified in the question, as it was specified 1.04 in our case. But if the Q2 violates the limit, then we will take the value either if it is less than the minimum value, we will take the minimum specified value of Q2. If it is more than the maximum value, then we will take the maximum specified value of Q2. Like in our case, 0.2 is the minimum value and Q2 violates the limit. It is less than minimum value, so we have kept 0.2 as the Q2 specified. So now since Q2 is specified here, so we take the bus as load bus. But the difference is that in generator bus and load bus, we put P2 and Q2 as positive in generator bus, and in load bus we put P2 and Q2 as negative. So here again we will put P2 and Q2 as positive only. So in next lecture we will see the same case using Newton-Raphson method. Thank you.